I think I was more interested in making an interesting picture than anything else. The fact that I just happened to have this available subject matter was just wonderful for me. My name is Tina Barney. I was born in New York City in 1945. I started photographing in about 1977 when my family and I moved from New York City to a ski resort in Idaho in the mountains. And I started taking classes there. So what I realized by moving out west is how different the west coast of the United States is from the east coast. So when we returned to the east coast in the summer, I started photographing back there. First of all, I started just walking around with a 35mm camera, and I realized what was really fun. And what was interesting to me is the repetition of traditions and rituals that happen, let's say, every summer, such as barbecues, or weddings, or birthday parties. And so I really gravitated toward those rituals because people wouldn't pay attention to me. They'd be at those events sort of hanging out with each other. They kind of just did it without asking. I never spent very long. I never followed them around all summer. It was one time each summer I would photograph each person. Well, the reason I was interested in the view camera is that my teacher used one, and I realized the sort of enormous difference between that camera and a handheld 35mm camera. So I kind of wanted to try that too. And I actually did that on my own and just learned how to use it by trial and error. And that took years to learn how to use. But also I started making pictures large, which was sort of the first time in the history of photography that happened. And that couldn't have been done with the quality that my pictures have without using that large format camera. I just wanted to share the beauty and the splendor of it all. And the fact that I was using this camera that showed every detail made it sort of easier. It was a wonderful kind of tool to describe every detail. Now, my mother was an interior decorator, so the interior decoration was always around us. Art collecting is very much a part of our lives. So that was all sort of in a lot of the pictures. The new movement that I sort of belonged to had to do with photographing your family. Sally Mann, Philip Lord de Courcia, Larry Sultan, and on and on. And I think that if all of those photographers were interviewed, they would all say the reason we did photograph our family is because they were there and they were available to us and approachable to us. And that's really the simple answer to it.